Hello, everybody in Facebook land. It is Angelia, your favorite redhead, and depending on when you first met me, I could also be who and what, for those of you that know. I could also be your favorite pure romance consultant. So welcome to the flip side. Hey, Kashonda, how are you, darling? It is Sunday. This is our regularly scheduled program that usually starts promptly at 10, but the football game is on, right? So, you know, the Cowboys are playing. So better know that Angel Black will be joining us as soon as the game is over in like 3 minutes. So I'm starting the show. But that's good anyway, because I want to talk to the ladies. If you're watching live, go ahead and drop a 1. Let me know you're watching me live. And if you happen to come in and watch after the show is over, because it's only a 1-hour show, then, you know, drop a 2. Let me know you're watching the replay. Or you can do hashtag live, hashtag replay, whatever. Just let me know that you're watching. I also would love to know where you're watching from. Hey, Cynthia. What's going on, lady? I'd love to know where you're watching from, because our audience is growing and growing and growing, and so I'd like to know like where we're reaching people all around the world. And if it's your first time watching the show, could you let me know that too? Like, put it in the comments, just like say virgin. Let me know if you are a flip side virgin, if you have never watched the show before. Let me just say this. First of all, this is an adult show, so there are some things that could be said that your little kids should not be hearing, so please, you know, put the little kiddies away. Hi, Carol. This is going to be a show for the grown-ups, okay? So, you said, I know, you're in the 4th, Aaliyah, I know. I know. So trust me, you know, Angel's not coming until it's over, okay? All right, so yeah, let me know where you're watching from. Thank you for dropping that. Hey, Janice. And I just want you to know this show is about life and relationships. It's always real and raw. What we talk about on here does not always reflect, you know, like what we feel or, you know, our opinions and our beliefs, but we always like to bring up different, you know, issues, topics, and, you know, things like that that would just provoke people to thought, also help them to resolve some issues. And we call it the flip side because my hubby, Mr. Black, is usually going to see it differently than how I see it, okay? So it's his story, her story, and usually he's on the flip side of things, okay? All right, so we asked a little earlier today, which is what we do. We like this show to be like an improvisation type of show. So we don't like to have a script. Hey, Andrea, what's up, lady? We don't like to have a script and, you know, all that kind of stuff and segments and all those different things. What's up, Big Tex? We kind of just like to be on the fly, right? Just like we're going to go off the top of our heads with whatever you say you want us to talk about. So when I put the question up earlier today, surprisingly, I had a lot of women to ask about, you know, couples and, you know, and just business. Like, how do you guys, you know, work together? Do you think it's possible to work together? As a matter of fact, let me go. I'm going to look at the question exactly, because there was a couple of different ways that it was asked. Okay, so let me ask it on here for sure. What was being said? So bear with me. Here we go. So someone said, and this is Misty, she says, how men deal with their wives running a small business from home. So do we have any small business owners on the thread right now? I know a few of them. Anybody else on here, any female that have their own business? And then, let's see, Adrian wants to know, why do you assume we have an attitude? Wait, why do you assume that we have a tone or an attitude, okay? Because we probably do. Okay, and then Carol says, how to be business partners as a married couple. So it was interesting that women were asking this tonight. And then Andrea asked, do men really know what moms do and how much they have to divide themselves between the kids, the husband, work, business, etc.? So all really good topics, okay? Oh, and then Andrea asked about dating in your older years. Is it easier or harder? I guess that question's for Angel Black, because I'm not in my older years. I don't know what she's talking about. Okay, so I tell you what, I guess the first thing that we'll get into, you know, definitely want to talk about couples in business. And I will give my humble opinion, and I would love to hear you guys' thoughts as well. And I'm sure that when Mr. Black joins us, he's going to give his thoughts and opinions. I was thinking about this. I just got back. I went and played tennis a little bit earlier. I went and grabbed something to eat, and I just got out the shower, which is why I'm in my robe. I'm like, hey, you know what? This is my show, my house, and I can come on here however I want to, right? Yes, definitely going to keep it real. And so I was thinking about this in the shower, and I said, you know, when I think about the history of people, like power couples that I've seen over the years, I think I have formulated an opinion. I've formulated an opinion about whether or not couples can do business together, how they can do it, and all that good stuff. And you know what? I hadn't really thought about it before. But what I started thinking was, I really don't think that couples should or can be in business together for long periods of time. Okay, so that's the caveat. I think that you can definitely do business with your partner, but I think that something changes over time. You know, when you're in business, it's very hard to separate business from personal. Now, if you're good at doing that, then I think it can work. But if you're not good at separating the business from the personal, then I think that over time there becomes a power struggle that happens in there. And although, you know, many couples may stay together, I think that they lose some love along the way, and then it becomes more of a partnership in a business sense instead of being a marriage or a loving relationship. That's just like what I've seen happen to people over the years, right? I mean, you think about it. Will and Jada, let's go ahead and put them out there, okay? Power couple, and they've done a lot of things in business together. Now, I think that you can do small projects together. I do think that. I think that there are projects or things that you can do kind of like hit it and quit it, right? Let's go in and do this thing, we're gonna make it happen, boom, bam, boom, and then we're out. I think it's important for each individual to have their own identity. Otherwise, there seems to be bitterness, resentment, sometimes envy, jealousy, you know, on both sides. It can happen to both. So I think that, do I think it's impossible? No, I don't think it's impossible. But I definitely think it would be challenging. And I would want to know, like, who actually has done it successfully. Hey, Stephanie, what's up, lady? You know what, Stephanie, this is a good question for you. So I was just talking about, you know, someone asked, you know, how can married couples, you know, work together in business? And I was giving my humble opinion, and I never thought about it before until the question was asked. And I was just saying that I think it's really hard to work as a couple in business, right? Unless you know how to separate the business from the personal, right? Now, I want to make sure that you guys understand what I mean when I say working together in business. Now, I believe that either person can support the other partner in their businesses, right? So I know that Stephanie, she's a singer, good friend of mine. She's a singer, and I know that her husband, Josh, he has supported her for many, many years in her business, right? I don't know if they have any businesses per se together or if they look at her business as it being their business. But I think there's a big difference when you're actually like doing a business together where it's both your names on it. Yep. Okay, I know a few couples that are in business together, and it's awesome. Awesome. Now, Andrea, let me ask you the question. How long have they been in business? Okay. And this is the thing. That's why I said it's hard to know, because you could be looking from the outside and seeing people in business and it looks all good on the outside, but I'm telling you, when you get behind those closed doors, it's a different story. So I'm not saying that you can't be successful in business. That's not what I'm saying. I think that, you know, a lot of couples make a great team. But if you don't separate the business from the personal, you're going to run into issues within the relationship. So people will come out and they'll be on Front Street about their business and how successful it is and how happy and all. And a lot of times it's really not like that. Like if you get down to the real of the real with a lot of couples, they'll tell you that there's a lot of friction, you know, that goes back and forth because you have decisions that need to be made. And there are power struggles that happen. I mean, there are power struggles that happen in businesses, period, right? To where you may not have a relationship with your boss or a secretary or a receptionist that's on your job, but very few people really like to be told what to do, right? So imagine when you're in a relationship with your partner. Now, if you have an alpha female, right? You have a dominant, male partner, there's going to be some clashing that's going to happen. Okay, let me see what Stephanie's saying. I think working as a couple in business is absolutely possible, but only if you have only if each of you have your own dreams and individual, yep, she's on point, exactly what I'm saying, your own individuality. Aside from the business, if the business is all that you do and it's a duo thing, yep, you'll lose sight of your individual self and it will cause resentment, bitterness, envy. It's dangerous ground. Yes, I knew my girl would come with it. Stephanie, I don't know if you were on here when I said that, but you basically said exactly what I said. Oh, that's so awesome. It's exactly the same way that I feel, and Stephanie could not have said it better. Okay, so Andrea says that is true. To be a fly on the wall, I've known them for a few years. Okay, awesome. And like I said, I don't think it's impossible. And just like Stephanie was saying, she thinks it's very possible. But each person needs to have their own identity. It's very important that they have their own individuality. Otherwise, everything she just said, what I said earlier, definitely becomes a factor. I was thinking about Ozzie Davis and what was Ruby Dee? I wonder what their marriage was really like behind closed doors, because that's one power couple that I've seen in Hollywood for many, many years that seem to have a beautiful relationship. Now, I don't really know what their life was really behind closed doors, but from the outside looking in, it looked beautiful. Their union looked beautiful. I know that a lot of people in Hollywood looked up to them, got advice from them. So I definitely think it's possible, but you definitely got to be strong. And definitely important to have your own individuality. You need to have your own hobbies, you need to have your own dreams, you need to have your own thing that is yours, that you don't have to share the limelight with that other person, because it's really dangerous ground in a marriage, just like Stephanie said. I agree. Mr. Black, you ready to come in here and give you a humble opinion?
What's happening? What's happening?
I don't know about humble, but
what's happening? What's going on?
So you've been over there watching the game. By the way, who won?
Los Angeles.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh,
it didn't hurt.
Didn't hurt.
I was right here.
In the new stadium, we lost.
In the new stadium. You know, I got to give him one. You know what I mean? You got to give him one in the new stadium. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. I like the way you look at that. So I know you've been hearing all that I've been saying.
I ain't been paying attention.
Yes, you have.
I was like hoping that they would throw like the Hail Mary and we would win. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy. Okay.
So I was intense.
Okay, so the first thing that we started talking about was,
hello, everybody.
How to be business partners as a married couple. And so my
that shit don't work.
I told ya. Look.
That shit don't work.
See, it's really tough. So what I was saying, and my girl Stephanie also, she said exactly what I said, and I don't even think she was on here when I said it.
Oh yeah.
She was talking about it's important that it can
Great
work.
minds think alike.
True. That it's important, that you have your own dreams and your own individuality. Otherwise, if you're working together as a couple and that's all you do and you don't have your own thing outside of that, it opens up the door for bitterness, envy, jealousy, and strife, which is dangerous grounds for your marriage. You agree?
No.
You don't agree?
No, I don't agree.
Flip side.
No, I don't agree.
Flip side. Let's hear what you got.
I don't agree because, see, it's like this. If you have the right mindset, again, the word mindset, two words combined together, mindset. If your mind is set on you all working together and you got a plan laid out, everything is beautiful. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. You just don't automatically assume that this is going to be detrimental because, we're together too much. What?
But nobody said that it had anything to do with being together too much.
Well, it kind of does. Because, because she's the boss of her realm. All right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes, since our realms are one, she forgets that I'm the king. She forgets that.
See?
Because she's so large and in charge, buying big boats and everything, you know what I mean? It's just like, she's in charge. She's doing all of these different things, right? And I'm a man, right? So I'm like, if I was a young man, I might be offended. But I'm not a young man. I'm a wise man. And I'm like, my father said that he was going to give me a woman that was going to assist me. So if she's doing great things, then she's adding to me, which is assisting me in the toils of life. Mm-hmm. Right? Uh-huh. But she got to understand there's a line in the sand that you don't cross.
What's that line?
The line is that I'm the king.
Oh.
That's it.
See, now you crossing dangerous territory. Because...
No, I ain't crossing no. Listen.
Look, Andrea gave you some hearts.
Listen. That's the problem with everybody today.
What's the problem?
The problem is that everybody wants to be everybody.
Hey, Simone.
Everybody wants to be everybody. I want to be you. You want to be me. We want to be us. I'm like, that doesn't cause me to lose my identity. It doesn't cause me to lose my position, right? So I didn't ask for the position. I was born into it. It was like before I was even conceived, before I was floating around in my father's nuggets, you know what I'm saying? I was it was already determined what I was supposed to do. You're the man. You're supposed to be in charge. You're supposed to do this, 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 this. This one's supposed to help you to get all of these things done. But now we're in 2020.
Yes, I was going to say things are very different. And Siobhan says she can't go into business with her husband. It'd be
Look,
like danger.
listen. That's what I'm saying. It's dangerous if you let it be dangerous. If you ever lose sight that the fact that whatever I do that brings us to a come up, you come up. And vice versa. Whatever you do that's going to bring me up, that's a come up. That's adding to each other. That means that we're stronger together than we are apart. So I'm good with that.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be, but it doesn't always go down
It's when
like
you
that.
got a woman that has a mouth like this one.
Excuse-moi.
Now look at that mouth. You can look at it until it can talk.
So can you. And that's what
But
I'm
I don't
saying.
have the same kind of
if
mouth
you
you got.
have, like, you are an alpha for sure, and I am an alpha female. So when you
that's
have
right.
two people like that together, it can cause conflict.
I'm the omega. The alpha is my father.
The argument is not what your position is.
No,
okay?
no. But that's what I'm saying. See,
Bro says work as a team.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. But you know what? Sometimes the people that are playing in the team get emotional. They're having a bad day or whatever. You got to be able to deal with that.
And I want to address something that you just said.
What?
You said that in the time that we live in, everybody's trying to be everything, and they want. And I know what you're saying because we've had this conversation before.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that he's touching on, Simone said, "You better teach us," is the fact that women, are wanting to take on the roles of men. Right? Now, this is the thing. I have always said, and I stand firmly on this. On the flip side, that I don't believe that women wanted or want to be the head or take that position. I think that they have been backed into a corner and forced to take on that position.
I'm going to always argue that fact.
But you have a lot of women. We
And
have
the reason
single.
why-
Wait a minute. We have single mothers on here right now
I
that are
understand all
forced to
of
be
that.
mom and dad.
But for you to say that a woman didn't want to,
I know
it's not true.
I know that Andrea didn't want to be a single mother,
No, I'm not talking about wanting to be a single mother.
but that's where I'm going with this.
It's just, no, that's not the only reason why, women want to be in charge.
But that's really what it's about a lot of
No,
times.
from the beginning of time, women wanted to be in charge.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you did. That's why you ate the fruit.
No, that's because you left her unattended and
No,
didn't cover her.
it don't say that in there nowhere.
Whatever.
No, you trying to
Yeah.
ad lib. This
Why,
ain't no remix.
Why was she in the garden by herself?
Huh?
Where was Adam when she was in the garden? Tell me.
What do you mean?
What
He
was
was probably
doing?
waking up from a nap after she put it on it. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I want to take me a nap. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it real. All of you super studs out there that just want to go for days, go ahead. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But I got to take a nap, baby.
Oh
I'm just trying. We ain't going to talk about that another time. But women have had the desire in them just like men have had the desire in them. And on back through history. It's always been that way. Because inertly in us, we have that desire to want to be in charge. It's part of who we are.
But no.
Yeah,
You said
yeah.
who? Are you speaking about all people or men?
From the beginning of time.
Women we're not desiring to be in charge. We're not. We desire to be loved. We desire to nurture. That's
With
what we
being in
desire.
charge.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I've talked about this before. I got a partner. We used, I was doing this for a time, but I took a break. But we were building old cars. My partner had to spend, probably about $80,000 on this truck. Right? And then that was his antique classic truck, but he had another car. And then that was a classic, but it was more like a race car. Then he had his everyday car. His wife told him that he couldn't keep one of the cars at his house because she didn't want all of those cars in her driveway.
He loves to tell this story.
It's the
This thing
truth.
Really bothers him. Oh my
It
God.
bothers me because, see, at the end of the day, here this man is working, got like 30 years General Motors.
Oh my
Been paying bills, holding it down, and bought this house, and he got 3 cars. 3 of them, classics, and spent money on them. You know what I mean?
Get to the point.
My point is that his wife, he had the truck in the garage, and she was stacking shit in the back of the truck, like a storage bin. And then she told him he couldn't park his car in the driveway because, there was too many cars in the driveway. And so he had to park it at his mama's house. Mm-hmm. That's like, they always say to woman, oh, you know what? The castle and the queen. The queen of the castle. Thank you very much for that.
Thanks very much.
It's okay. You didn't mean it. Give me a towel over there right away.
I was asking for my drink, and he's moving a little fast. But, yeah. Anyway. But that's not what we're saying.
Yeah. You want to be in charge. I mean, those are perfect examples.
That one lady had her own issues. That's not everybody.
Listen, I'm talking about you now. All right?
Well, I don't give you problems like that about the garage.
Bullshit.
Okay, go ahead.
Excuse me, moi. I forgot to tell you that this show is intended for mature audiences.
No, I told them that.
You told them? Okay, I wasn't here.
I did.
Well, now we got red stained, whatever this is right here. On the carpet.
It's a mixture.
So anyway.
Let's see what Andrea is saying. No, we really don't. When we have a man that has the head to... Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait, Andrea. Huh? I'm trying to see what Andrea said.
Queen of the household being the breadwinner is fine as long as the team works together in that household.
Right. No, okay. I agree with that.
We're good with that. Are you trying to be all philosophical with it?
No, but I want to see what Andrea is
bro.
saying. I need to pull this comment
Country
back
boy
in.
is smart too. Shit.
So Andrea is saying, hold on, guys. There's a huge delay on Facebook. So when you guys
really don't.
Wait, so when you guys are posting, I'm not able to read it right away on my phone. So it's no, we really don't. When we have a man that has the head to lead, then a woman will sit back and allow him to take the lead. And this is the thing. So I hear what you're saying in a sense, right? So now, if you're going to the Bible, because that's what you're doing.
No, I didn't quote no Bible verses.
You're talking about Adam and Eve in the beginning, so you're talking about the Bible.
I'm really not talking about the Bible. I was talking about what you was talking about. You were saying, oh, women don't want to be in charge.
You're saying from the beginning.
Gave you an
What's
example.
What's the beginning?
I gave you an example.
What's the beginning?
So I just used that as an example. I'm not talking about the Bible.
But you basically did,
I just quoted a part of the story.
If you said that I'm supposed to be there to be your helpmeet, right? That women are supposed to be your helpmeet, right? So this is the thing. If you're a biblical person, if you've read the Bible, then you would know there was some powerful women in the Bible that had a lot of wisdom. Yeah, it wasn't the lucky leprechaun, Donna, but it was the rum mixed in that red drink, though. So, anyway, a lot of powerful women that gave a lot of great advice and, in fact, stopped wars, back in that time. And
started a whole bunch more than they stopped.
But that wasn't because of us. That was
there we go. See? The faultless one.
No, it wasn't.
Go ahead.
But the thing is that God did place wisdom in us to assist you.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
And so sometimes y'all hard-headed and don't want to listen, and sometimes y'all thinking with y'all head and not the other head. And we've had to sometimes step in and kind of help you get on the right track. That's not wanting to be in charge. That is having an innate ability.
So if I was to retaliate against the head statement, what would I say? Your ass?
I have no idea.
Because you're thinking with your ass?
I can't help you with that.
Because you trying to talk about my head?
What
you talking about your ass? Well, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about being business. And I was talking about that it's not a negative thing, that you could always work around all of that. But, you got to remember, that maybe in the business, you the boss.
Okay.
All right? Because this is your business. Mm-hmm. You making the money. This is your thing. I'm assisting you now. Mm-hmm. So you making the money, but don't forget who the man is.
And it takes a strong man to be able to assist a woman
for sure.
in a business that is
successful. I be driving Miss Daisy and shit. I be washing dishes and
he also reaps the benefits too. He reaps the benefits
washing
too.
Clothes. Mm-hmm. I get a $25 a month allowance.
Joseph be all on your side. Hold up. Joseph just popped on with some strong comments. He says...
What?
He said that women do, in all caps, do want more control, authority in all caps in relationships because the world has them in greater positions. They don't want to be a boss and come home and allow the man to head. So wait a minute. Okay, so Joseph, I got to disagree. When you said that the world has women in better positions, first of all, women, we've been fighting for positions and we still don't get paid what y'all get paid as a woman. Hello, holla. So wait a minute, we're in better positions?
Well, no, you got to understand what he's saying.
Okay,
Don't be
clarify.
shallow on the surface.
Clarify for me.
You know what I
then.
mean?
Clarify.
About the woman rights and liberation and all that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, see, the men have been in power since the beginning because that's the way it was designed according to the story. All right? I haven't seen any of the stories different than that one. I mean, no, I've tried and looked, and it's always been the man. Supposed to be the man, right? And then you got the woman, right? But at the end of the day, we all inherently want to be in charge. And so women, because men have been in charge, and some men have been over other men, and men love women, so those men that are in charge who prefer the opposite sex, which would be women, would extend courtesies to the woman because she got that thing. You know, that thing that sell when gold don't sell.
Shine bright like a diamond.
You know what I'm saying?
Shine bright like a diamond.
Wop, wop. Wop, wop. I'm talking to you. I'm telling you the truth. So my brother man is saying the right thing because, you know, the guys that were in charge and large and in charge and running things would see the honey and be like, yo, hey, you know I'm large and in charge. What you need, I got you. But you know what I want in return. You know what I'm saying?
And we don't play those type of games.
So, no, yes, you do.
No, we don't.
I'm not trying to hear that.
We don't play those type of games.
You want me to give you another example? Delilah.
Oh,
She did it for some money. She did it for money and
She
power.
was misguided. She was
Misguided,
lied
tricked,
to.
bamboozled.
She was manipulated. All of that.
Did she not have her own mind?
She was manipulated.
She had her own mind.
And they've been manipulating
She made
women
a
from the beginning of
decision.
time. Okay.
And she made a decision
Whispering
upon
sweet nothings, telling us
power
all these
and
things.
money. Power and money. That's what it was.
But for women,
Oh, that's what it was then. So don't make it
still
seem
that.
like y'all so innocent. Like,
It's
oh
still
my
that.
God, we are no.
Ooh, Eric
What?
said bullshit. Women play those games all the time.
Tell it. That's what I'm saying. They be trying to
We
flip
had
that
to
script.
resort to those types of
Resort.
games because of the games that you all played as men.
Resort.
Because that is not in our nature to be that way. I'm gonna tell
Nobody
you right
resorted to you biting the damn apple in the garden
now.
to
We
eat.
ate the apple because we were
Yeah,
manipulated.
exactly.
We were manipulated.
Manipulated by who? Oh, blame
By
the other
the
guy.
devil.
Oh, the devil made me do it.
It's true.
That's bullshit.
It's true.
You made the decision.
That's true. We did
Right.
make the
You
decision.
make the decision. You don't
but
make you
still-
do a damn thing.
Okay, so, but think about it. It's the same thing in relationships. Men have been manipulating women from the beginning of time. And women have, we play the game better. But we've resorted to those games because of the games that men have played. All women, that's why in the Bible it says, for women to respect your husbands, husbands love your wives. What you want to read what Joe's was saying. I didn't say better than man. I said boss.
Say.
Most people can't be boss at work and submit
It
to
ain't
home.
happening
That's true.
here.
That's true. I agree with that.
I don't give a damn what boss she is.
Ah.
She come up in here, I'm the boss.
Oh,
I'm the man. You can't take that from me. Even if you tried, you know what I'm saying? If you got everybody on this program and 10 other programs just like it to vote with you, this ain't no election. This ain't no 2020.
I like what Aaliyah said. So Aaliyah said, when you talked about the garage scenario,
Yeah.
Aaliyah said the value that he placed on the cars did not equal the value of the missing space in the garage or the driveway. She said perception and communication is major, so your partner may not have the vision that you have.
Well, let me agree with you there. Let me agree with the fact that this woman here has like 400,000 pairs of shoes. She takes up, look, I bought like 100 hangers, nice ones, home. I got maybe 20. She got 80. And then, you know what she told me one day, not too long ago? She was like, oh, I see you took all the hangers. So perception.
He's over-exaggerating.
Look, you can say what you want to say, 75, 25, 70, 30. It don't make no difference. She got all her hangers, all the hangers, special nice hangers with velvet on them. And this one here takes up and she encroaches on my side. You know what I mean? I mean, because in the driveway, you can park 2 cars, right? In the driveway, on your side, and 1 on the inside. That's 3 cars. She wanted him to take his car to his mama house. What? I've been working on this car. You gonna look? Don't start no shit.
So look, Andrea says, why is it when a woman knows what she wants, it's like it's like she wants to be in charge if she knows what she wants. If decisions have to be made and he doesn't step up, then we have to. Now that's
I
true.
see that.
Yeah.
I don't have any. Hey, listen. If I ain't cutting the grass, take your ass out there and cut it. Right? Because listen, if I'm not taking the initiative, if I don't take the trash out, get your ass up and take it to the curb.
Then that's when you got to say to the left, everything you own in the box to the left.
See, now she wants to, she has a Beyonce complex. I'm telling it like it is.
It was Rihanna at first. Now.
Whoever. All I'm saying is, there's a place for everything. And if you keep things in place and in order, right? You got to keep things in order. Because if you don't get them in order, see, there was an order and a design to something. Now, let's say for those people who understand the biblical stuff and for those who don't, the story goes that, hey, you had some order. And then the enemy said, well, I'm not happy with the order that we got here. I think we should do it this way. So the boss said, okay, well, you can leave and take all your little buddies with you. Right? So it's like that. I mean, you're going to have that. But if you have that understanding as a couple, as one, then you understand the order. And though you're not caught up with what you made me feel like today. Oh, you spoke to me hard. You know what I mean? That's some bullshit. You know what I mean? But you got to keep things in order because the moment you think that you in charge, you out of order. Because you're not. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't make more money than me. That doesn't mean none of that.
But you have to understand, every woman doesn't feel that way.
Like what?
Like what you just said. Like every woman.
Like the man's in charge?
Right, exactly.
Well, I mean, single women that don't have no man can't feel that way. I understand.
But I'm saying that there are a lot of women in relationships that don't necessarily feel
and that's
like
a problem.
Somebody else is in charge. Like, I mean, think about, what was it? Jada Pinkett talked about, like, nobody gives her permission to do anything. Right. I mean, I feel the same way. I'm my own woman. I'm grown. Nobody gives me permission. Thank you, Siobhan. We're in charge together. That's how I feel.
But if we're
like,
I
don't feel like you rule over me. That would be
no.
Like
I'm saying
charge.
I'm the man. I ain't saying nothing about being the ruler. I was just appointed Lord of the earth.
Okay.
So don't you ever come up to me telling me that I ain't the Lord and that I ain't the king, because the moment that you do that, then you out of order, and then we're gonna have a problem. It's not because I say so, it's because you're out of order. And there's a specific design to everything.
That is your opinion.
Not my opinion.
Everybody doesn't feel that way.
It's not my opinion.
It is your opinion.
Just because people feel differently.
That is their opinion.
That's their opinion, but it doesn't make them right.
It doesn't make you right either.
But it doesn't make me wrong because they got an opinion that's different than mine.
That's correct. You're absolutely
because see,
correct.
at the end of the day, I breathe for me. And that's for me and my
My
house. All right? You see what I'm saying? See how we came there with harmony? That's where we at. So I don't have a question. Sometimes it becomes uncomfortable because sometimes you just be, and I might be in another zone, over here.
I'm bossy.
And then she come up and say something like, the trash need to go outside. I'm like, it's Sunday. The trash don't get picked up till Monday. Why is you fucking with me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, don't you see me? I'm in another zone right now. Or she come out to the garage. What you doing? I'm like, what it look like I'm doing? I'm in the garage chilling in the man cave.
I'm just nosy.
Yeah, and so, she's like, why don't you do this?
Hi, Carmen.
I do a lot of praying, y'all. I do. I pray. I pray. Because, sometimes all it takes is a few seconds to change your mind. And so if your woman, she out of order. She out of order. You can see her coming down the street. You say, this
call it what you want to.
She out of order. She out of order. She say something to you.
Okay, so wait, we got some great comments coming through.
Okay, well, come on with the comments.
To make sure that you don't forget. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
See, they look at it differently.
Yeah.
Because they just so, sometimes insecure about being in charge.
But there's a reason
that
for that.
because we say it's all it is. I'm just making sure you don't forget.
It's a reason.
Listen,
There's a reason.
I'm assisting.
There's a reason why I feel that way.
I'm assisting you.
So, I don't sit down all the time, so I don't need my ass. Okay.
Okay, so wait. First of all, guys, if you're watching this, please like, comment, like
And
you're doing, and share.
share.
Okay. All right. So I love what now this takes a little bit of a different.
What man
route.
Joseph say? Come on, wait here.
Okay,
I don't want to hear what
I want to read what Eric said too, right? But
Who's that,
it's gonna take us in a little
I have
different
my glasses
direction.
on.
Hey, Carlton.
What's
I
going
kinda
on?
grew up with him. He's my stepbrother.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so
I'm watching your ass.
Eric said, "What's hers is hers, and what's yours is hers." Laugh out loud. Okay, very true. And Andrea said, "If a man don't work, he don't eat." Yes, true. Okay, and then Joseph says, why are these powerful, empowered bosses acting like victims? Because there are a lot of times that bosses are victims, even of both sex, of male and female. You can be a boss and then still be victimized as a boss, whether it's on your job or at home. Would you agree?
I agree with Joseph that they always complaining
Lord.
and they always have a reason why they did some foul shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was convinced. I was made to do it. You know, I was under the influence.
Isn't that what men say anytime they get caught cheating? It wasn't my fault. I ain't mean to do it.
Submission goes both ways.
Look, me and Andrea are on the same page, okay? She says submission goes both ways. Where another is weak, allow the other to take lead. Now, that's wisdom. Because there are things that you're better at than I am, and there are things that I'm better at than you are. You going to act like that's not true?
I'm not in no competition with you.
It's not competition.
It seemed like it sometimes.
No. Well, see, that's how you see it. I don't see it like that.
Yeah. Like when I was just in my zone. And you came fucking with me.
No.
Yeah.
I just, I'm bored sometimes.
There's a lot of reasons why men feel that way.
Eric said I got you.
No, shut up. No, but listen, there's a reason why men feel this way because we've been victims. Mm-hmm. Damn it. We've been victims. We're being victimized every time you tell us to get our car out the driveway. We're victimized every time you want to sit up here and play that pity role with us, you understand, and make us change the toilet paper roll in the bathroom. We've been victimized because you take your shoes and encroach on my side of the closet. You take all of my coat hangers. You put your shit on my side. We got 2 sinks. Well, she got 2 sinks. I just use them whenever it's available.
I do have stuff in this sink.
You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so first of all, Joseph,
that's why I feel
we're
that
not
way.
playing the drinking game tonight, so I don't have to drink because I said cheat. He's on some cheat drink. Okay, I love what Aaliyah says. Aaliyah says, as long as they are walking it, they talk it, they can be the king. Lead, but not off a cliff. Now that I'm with.
Let me ask you a question.
Because they have to earn and keep that position. They can't just
Let
say,
me
I'm
tell
gonna
you
be
something.
a boss and do whatever.
Let me tell you something. So you go down the street one day and you see a dog. You've been seeing this dog every time you drive by. But one day you happen to stop at the light and the dog is right there and you hear a cat. Meow. And you look over and it's a goddamn dog doing meow thing. Is he a cat now because he's meowing? Or is he still a dog just meowing? So my point is this. A king is a king as a king. And whether he do the right thing or the wrong thing, or whether he get up or lay down or whatever, somebody has to say, he's still
a
king.
Can also be dethroned.
By who?
If he's not doing what he's supposed to do.
He's the king.
That's the way. The king can be, what is it called when you overthrow the king?
But that's some bullshit. That's what that's called.
No, it's not. If the king is not doing his job, somebody is going to step up and take his
wait a minute.
place.
So you're going to get the cook to come out the kitchen to tell the king, hey, you're not doing your job. You know what I'm saying? The cook, the yard guy, the guy that cuts the guy that keeps the goats, just came in and said, you know what, king? I don't like the way you're doing your shit, man. And guess what? You're out of here, right, everybody? And they all vote, and then all of a sudden, because they voted, the king is not king no more.
Well, there's somebody else that steps
That's not
in
the way
his
it goes.
place. Okay?
No.
Yes.
Well, my point is this.
Okay,
it's not a
point?
position of, like I'm the king and I'm better than you, blah, blah, blah. It's not that. That's not what it is. And it's not really about kingship, all right? It's not hierarchy. What it is that man was made the head.
Winifred says called divorce. Overthrow the king. #overthrow the king.
See, that's what's wrong with you women now.
That's true, Siobhan. Queens run stuff all the time. We're really
There's
the ones
nothing.
running the
Nobody's
things behind
saying.
the king.
Nobody's saying that the queen ain't doing nothing.
Okay.
But the queen wants to talk about if the king don't live up to her expectations. Now, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna come and tell the king, you know what? You ain't been doing what you supposed to do around here. You ain't the king no more. Excuse and what? What? Hold up. Cut her head off. And anybody who liked what she said, cut their heads off too. No, that's the way it used to be. That's tyranny. You know,
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that was tyranny, whatever. At the end of the day, though,
Eric said she's going to find another king.
you have to, hey, get on. Look, it would not be the first time I find me one. Mm-hmm. What's it say?
Who determines the king isn't doing his job? You, because you didn't agree with the decision?
Dickhead.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man. See, man up. Now, my brother over there, he trying to be all politically correct. You know what I mean? She got you.
That's your bro. That's
what I'm saying. She got you.
That's because bro is not being biased just because he's a man.
Say,
He
man,
is speaking
I'm
truth.
gonna call you later and tell you about this shit, man. You know what, women?
Ooh, Eric, you in trouble.
Let me tell you something, man. Check it out. I was talking to a woman about my woman. Mm-hmm. Now, she ain't never met my woman. Right? Never seen her. Never even heard of her before. I never even told her no nice stories. She didn't know shit. I told her something, and she immediately stuck up for her.
Because what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
And that's it. What's right is right.
Bro said, bring it on, laughing my ass off. He is not scared of you.
It ain't got to be scared. I'm talking about scared. But listen, man, the same way they stick together. Mm-hmm. You need to learn how to fucking stick together, man.
Wait, Andre says if the kingdom is falling, then who did it? That's true. If shit ain't right.
It could have been the trifling ass queen, you understand me, that was running around telling everybody, you know what, I don't like the king and what he's doing up there. So she becomes like a Judas. You know, she goes out there and she's telling the people, you know, the king ain't doing what he's supposed to do. I'm going to throw a coup. You ride with me? And they're like, yeah, I'm going to ride with you. And then so the king's sitting up there, you know, the king, and then bam, he gets stabbed in the back. Next thing you know, he's poisoned. He's sick, dying and shit because the cook them poisoned him because the queen. Listen, I ain't trying to hear that. There'll be some backstabbing ass queens, not just in the books, but in my life. And I know some, personally.
Okay, so wait, Joseph says, so we go back to do you submit or did you agree? Andrea said, nah, the king is in, she said, nah, the king is in charge. Okay, if you only go along because you agree, then you haven't relinquished anything. Joseph, you lost me.
In other words, what he's telling you is to relinquish, goddammit. That's what he's saying. My man. That was a good word. It's in the dictionary. Check it out. Yeah, what's our guy? The one who does
Yes, it's not. Okay, so Aaliyah says it's normally not a decision. It's normally a truckload of bad decisions.
A truckload.
Yeah, that's when the king has to lose his position. That's when he got to go
what
to
I'm
the
trying
left,
to get you to
left.
understand, what I'm trying to get you to understand is this. Imagine this for just a second. Take off your thinking cap. All right, just take it off. Imagine this. If you're sitting back counting the errors of someone else, who's sitting around counting yours? You understand? Because you're too busy.
Siobhan says she's not relinquishing a thing.
Hold
Girl
on.
power. Siobhan, that was Siobhan from the other night. We went to go look at the Black Panther mural and stuff. Her and her husband.
Oh, yeah? Okay, where your husband at? Why you talking all that shit? Yeah, where my boy at? You know what I'm saying? Why he ain't over here? No, listen. I'm speaking for the men that have taken the submissive role. Because I know that inside you, Eric, I know that inside you lies the king, the Lord, the ruler. I know, because that's how you was made. I know this.
Okay, so Eric says one bad decision leads to a domino effect no matter if it's the king or queen. Agreed.
So we went from a truckload to one now. You see, that's fucked up.
Okay, wait. So Eric, so Eric asked the question in the chat, and I want to address it. And I think I can speak on this. So Eric says, why do women return to abusive relationships instead of staying with a man that treats her right? 9 times out of 10, Eric, it's because she has been abused. And so
she
usually,
like it.
Usually abused people return to
Kick my
abused
ass.
situations. It's like that. What's that Stockholm syndrome they talk about?
Yeah.
Like Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
So,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, like that. So that's usually the case. And until a person, because it's not just women, because men also get with women that are abusive, or of the same sex, whatever your
Exactly.
preference.
I'm so glad you said that.
It's true.
I'm glad you said that because there's some bitches in the world.
Oh, damn. Oh,
Hey.
my gosh.
You would just listen. If you're gonna make a king, you gonna take his kingship from him. What is he? He ain't shit, right? So if you can say that you can make a man not shit because he don't do what you think he does, according to the Woman Guide, page code 7, all that bullshit, right? Then what I was really trying to say all along was that no matter whether a man does, if he puts a dress on, right? He puts on makeup, he shaves, get his hair removed. He lets his hair, extensions, nails, and all of that. He's still a man.
Well, that depends on
And
him.
the king.
Because
No, it doesn't depend on him.
It does depend
No,
on him.
listen,
Some
we're not gonna
men
get into that
identify as women, so that's
Okay,
up to
but
them.
listen, that like I said in the very beginning of the show, we said mindset.
Okay.
Mindset. We were talking about getting along in business, blah, blah, blah. Mindset. If you have in your mindset that you are other than what you are, then
That's who you'll be.
that's who you are to you.
Yes.
But if I see you somewhere, I'm going to be like, yo, that look like a dude with a dress on. Right? And I ain't mad at you. Wear your dress, got a nice color. You know what I mean? That's your business. But what I'm saying is a king, if he puts a dress on, then he's just a dress-wearing king.
Kings did wear dresses, didn't
Okay.
they? Whatever you call them.
Well, that's what I'm
they
saying.
Weren't called dresses.
No,
what were they called?
I don't know what they call them. I'm not from that side of the world.
Togas, kilts.
Yeah,
all
we
that.
didn't do all of that. I'm not Greek. I'm not related. I'm not even a cousin. What I'm saying is that we got to get away from that.
Get away from what?
Get away
Clarify.
from thinking that we could just take somebody's position because they're not doing what we think they're supposed to be doing.
But that's happening in the world every day, all the time. You
That
have
doesn't
to do
make
that.
it right just because it's happening every day.
Somebody is going to take the position of the president if he's not doing what he's doing.
People are killing
What
every
he's
day. Is
supposed to
killing
do.
all right?
What? You can't compare the two. That
I'm
doesn't
just
make
saying,
sense.
you said just because people are doing something and have been doing something doesn't make it right.
Okay, but
And so
what-
women are not just right because they've been saying this shit for 400 years. It don't make you right because you've been saying something and now there's more y'all in the clique. You know what I mean?
There's definitely more.
A
us
lot
in
of
the
women,
clique.
they're in charge and they're like, we're not taking no shit. Blah, blah.
Eric, yeah, she would like to be. You would think that she wants to be treated well instead of piss poor, right? But also think about drug addiction. Think about alcohol addiction. You would think that somebody wants to, be
Two
healthy. Oh, thank you, Joseph. They want to be
Smart
healthy
ass.
and not be sick. And they've seen other people die from this disease and stuff like that. But still, it is a cycle. It is a vicious cycle. Abuse is a vicious cycle, whether it is of a substance or behavioral. And so, yeah, you would think that somebody wants to be treated better, but until they are healed from what they have gone through, a lot of times they won't ever get, with someone that is going to treat them better. They have to be healed from that.
Yeah. I needed a lot of healing, so I had like 13 doctors.
Women.
Yeah. I needed all, you know what? I needed a lot of help. But the one thing that everybody kept missing was the one thing that I needed most was somebody to love me.
Oh.
You understand? Just somebody to love me. Love me for who I am. The king that I am. You understand?
Oh, gosh.
Don't be sitting up here thinking that, because I fucked up, you're not a king no more.
my goodness.
Oh, no. I'm a king. I'm always be a king. Whether I got a big ass throne.
The topic is not about whether or not you are a king.
We were talking about getting along.
We're talking about in
In business,
Yes,
right?
in business.
But that's the point. If you get things out of order, I don't give a damn what you're doing. If they out of order, it's out of order. It's not going to work. That's my point. But if me and you in order, and you know who I am, and I know who you are, and we respect each other's position and understand that working together we're stronger, that's our mindset.
So you don't agree, though, what Stephanie said earlier, and that is that if you're going to work together in business, you still should have your own individuality. You should have your own thing outside of what we do together. That is safe, actually, to do that. You don't agree with that?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that it's not a necessity.
I disagree.
That doesn't have to be.
I'm the flip side today.
It doesn't have to be that way.
I disagree.
I'm just not going to agree with you.
That's fine.
Because I'm the flip side. So I'm not going to just say, oh, yeah, you're right. You know, I mean, because I don't always agree with things. That doesn't mean that I'm wrong because I disagree with what's right.
So let me ask you this question, because Missy asked this too, since it's along the same topic. She wanted to know how men deal with wives running a small business from home. How do you deal with me? Because I know it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. You know what I do? I do a lot of praying. I talk to Jesus and all the saints, all the disciples that was at the table at the Last Supper. We be kicking it. I'm like, say, man, what do you do? You know? And they give me wisdom. At the end of the day, I'm old enough to understand that sometimes just because something's not going the way you wanted at that particular moment doesn't mean that it's not a blessing for you. So she be doing things like it be 4 o'clock in the morning and she's fucking listening to some motivational shit. And I'm trying to sleep. You know, or she's up at the crack of dawn or been up all night long. And then I get up because I'm going to start my day. And she wants to start barking orders. Why don't you do this? I'm like, you haven't even asked me what I want to do or what I'm going to do or what I got to do. You start already assigning me shit, right? So it's like, and it's not because she's really trying to be my boss. She just, hey, listen, she's been thinking all night long. I've been asleep. She wants to get me on her speed.
Siobhan said I'll be up sending messages.
Yeah, you too. You too. I mean, listen, I tell her, sometimes I have to tell her more than once. Turn the ringer off. Turn that ding ding shit off. We riding in the car, I'm listening to some smooth jazz. Then all of a sudden the music goes blank because it goes bling. And then it's not just like that. Every once in a while it's like back to back to back. Like y'all don't leave her alone. Listen, I supported my florist bridal consultant. I picked up and cleaned her flowers. Packed, mule, driver, all of the above.
His wife's an event coordinator.
I did that. I did that, man. Listen, I've carried suitcases when my back was hurting. Up 3-4 flights of steps. And this, I don't know what y'all think, but you got about 150 dildos in a suitcase. That shit heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I used to lug them up. I used to drive her places, then drove out of town and all of that. And the whole time I'm driving, she's steady in her business. She don't stop. She won't eat. I have to get mad at her sometimes. Eat, goddammit. She won't eat. She's so focused. But I also know that sometimes when it's difficult for me, that sometimes I just need to look back and admire my queen. And say, you know what? Although you want to just put her head in the toilet bowl right now. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she, you got to talk to yourself. Isn't she like amazing? She's amazing. Look at her. I'm so motivated by her. So you got to talk yourself off the cliff.
Is that what it is?
I do. Sometimes she'll say some shit and my first response is, what? Right? But then I do it without moving my face. I said a bunch of shit right there. She didn't hear me. Then I just look at it and say, okay, baby. You got to learn that shit, Joseph. That shit work, bro.
Okay.
Okay, baby.
All right, so Winifred, if you're still watching, I want you to know your opinion is valued. It doesn't matter if you're divorced because we're giving opinions. It's not just ours.
Hello,
It's
Deidre.
information and views that we know other people are sharing. So we're putting other information out there. So it's not just about us. So Winifred said, I'm going to bow out this discussion because I'm no longer married. I was married 17 years. It didn't work due to a whole bunch of crazy stuff. She said, I'm so free. She said, I don't miss this bullshit at all. She said, y'all reminded me of the dumb things that go unnecessarily wrong. I honestly forgot. She said, laugh out loud. If you know how to truly love, it conquers all possible scenarios.
Right.
This I believe. She says, good luck. God bless for real. It's beautiful. It's smart. She said, it's free. She said, I can lose weight again. Thank you, Lord. Y'all keep it tight and right. She's like, yes, I'm free. I can lose weight, gain weight. I can do whatever I want off the answer to nobody.
Sure. For sure.
Yes, I love it. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, Joseph says you're supporting your business, boss lady, by doing all that you just said. Great. Aaliyah's laughing at your toilet bowl comment. 'cause you think about it's like movies, right? To where they show a picture of what the person's really thinking. And they show like the person head getting put in the toilet, but then you gaze back at them and they're like, "Oh yes, darling, I love you. How are you?"
Yeah. You got to learn how to do that shit in real life.
gosh.
It works. It really does work.
Mm-hmm.
I find out that when sometimes I'm feeling like, like that if I just change the channel, I can go from here to here so effortlessly.
He couldn't always do that. This is new shit. He was not always. You were not always built like that. You have grown.
Aha!
You have
Listen,
grown.
if that's what you want to call growth,
You have grown.
if you want to call that growth,
It's growth.
I'm with you.
Because this is an OG, like,
I'm with you.
right here, okay? So this is a whole new person right here.
that's not true.
It is true.
I'm not a whole new person.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
What do you call it?
So she thinks that in my almost 60 years of living, that now here in the last few years when she showed up,
That's right.
that all of a
I'm
sudden
taking
now,
all the credit. Nikisha,
all
y'all
of
late.
this,
Nikisha.
look, all of this, she said. You see how she tried to put that Oprah Winfrey spell on it? You'll never achieve anything until you're right by me. I'm like, you're trying to hear that shit and I hear waving all over me. I'm like, listen, it's okay. You know, what you got to do sometimes is like, when you're a grandfather, I'm a great-grandfather, by the way. I have my first
Yes.
great-grandchild. In other words, my granddaughter gave birth to a little boy. So I'm a great-grandfather. I've been here long enough. I've been here
Yes.
long enough for that. Which in time,
Eric says you've gained more wisdom, brother. He knows you. He probably, he knew you longer than me, so definitely.
I'm reading the
Eric.
comments.
Eric, you in trouble when y'all.
I'm reading the
together.
comments. Say, man, what you get? Listen, I appreciate
He
you.
is speaking truth.
No,
he is being
listen.
transparent.
If I didn't gain something from where I was to now, then I would be like, I had to be perfect then. I wasn't perfect then, so of course I've grown and gained wisdom. And I appreciate it. I thank God for that every day. Because through my days in living, which he's blessed me with, I've learned that, you don't always got to say something out loud. You can think this shit. Like she'll say some shit and you be like, man, shut the fuck up. But your lips never move. But you're getting it out of your system, though.
Oh
You know what I mean? And so she never hears it. You don't never give her no inkling. And you've done your own therapy. It's therapeutic to tell people to go to hell every once in a while.
So wait, I've got a question.
Yeah.
I asked you this the other day, but I'm going to ask you this on live because I'd love some feedback. That's right, Andrea. Iron sharpens iron. I totally agree.
You're never going to be any iron. Okay?
Ignore him, Andrea.
You're not going to be iron. Silver, maybe. Gold. But iron, nah.
Okay, so listen. So I saw this in one of the marriage groups the other day, right? And there was this guy, and he shall remain nameless because he's famous, a little bit famous. But there was a story that this guy, she gave you the mean face. Somebody gave you the mean face. This guy had been incarcerated, and he had a woman that was holding him down while he was in jail. Holding him down. When he got out, she helped him get on his feet, helped him build his business. He got his car and everything in her name, like everything, the credit, everything. She helped this man build his business, right? And he was somebody that was totally against marriage. He said that he never wanted to get married. He didn't want to have any kids, whatever the case may be. So she still wrote it out with him, right? She wanted to be married, but this was something he was totally against. Well, whatever happened in their relationship, they ended up breaking up. And 6 months later, he is head over heels in love with this other woman and is getting married. Not only is he getting married, he's professed his love to the world. He has done the whole proposal for the whole world to see.
Too.
And he's a millionaire now. He's a millionaire. And this is all because of the woman that helped hold him down for 8 years. So my question was this, because this is what I believe, but I want to know you guys' opinions, and I asked Angel his opinion as well. I think about movies like Waiting to Exhale. And there's so many scenarios like that where the woman holds the man down, whether she's paying for him to go through school or whether she's working overtime to do whatever. And then when he actually excels and becomes famous or, succeeds in whatever career, he usually doesn't end up staying with her. I mean, we see it every day, like even in entertainment,
You're
in the
watching
NBA.
too much TV.
No, it's real. So they're not with they're not with the woman that was with them on the come up. When they made it to the top, they left her and then got them somebody new.
You know what?
So what is that?
That's not always the case.
But I didn't say
that's
always.
The movies they make.
No,
that's bullshit.
No, this is real.
There's a lot of good relationships out here.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron James is one.
A lot of good.
He
Man,
right
Kobe, my cousin, was all of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
so at the end of the day.
Wait, let me finish. That's two people.
I'm not going to let you sell that bullshit.
Out of a whole lot of people. But this was my thought process.
Uh-huh.
I feel like why that happens is because it's a struggle for a man, right, to actually have his woman see him struggle and be on the come up, because the woman probably doesn't really give him the respect that he deserves because he's not in that position as she sees him on that come up, right? That's probably what happens. And that affects him emotionally, so he doesn't feel like her king because she's not treating him like a king. And so then he gets caught up in an emotion with another woman that is making him feel like the king that he already believed he was. And so therefore he clings to that woman. And I asked you, would you say that was accurate? And you said you agree that that's probably true.
Well, I got to agree with the part of, the kingship, right? Goes back to that. When you get out of order, right? So the man, he was, struggling. Maybe he was trying to invent the next coat hanger or something, and he was just fucking up in her mind. And so because she felt that way and she thought, hey, he don't deserve to be a king, so she started treating him like a pauper. Mm-hmm. And he didn't like it, so then they had problems because now things are out of order. That's the very thing I'm telling you. If you keep the things in order, even though they don't seem to be, if you keep them in order, because see, you got to be accountable for you. So if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, and we married and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, does that give you carte blanche to fuck up too because I'm fucking up? No.
Sometimes.
No, that's bullshit. You're not excused.
I'm on the flip side.
You're not excused just because you did it first.
Hey, eye for an eye.
See? But then the first thing you want to try to quote something, you want to go back when it's convenient. And it ain't about being convenient, it's about being true to one another. Mm-hmm. All the people that just joined in, right?
Hey guys, please like, comment, and share. The show is ending. We've only got like 2 minutes left and we've got to go, so we're not over. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the show, right? I mean, I feel like this is like therapy for everybody.
Say, man, Joseph, Eric,
Bert got on. Bert just hopped on. They're late. They're going to go back and watch the replay.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, the men. I mean, listen, I'm going to speak for you. You could always send me a little message, private message. I'll bring up some shit you want to talk about.
Nikisha says she going with the flip side. She on my side tonight.
Flip side, listen.
I'm the flip side tonight.
That's why that's two of us. But then, either way, when you pick her, you picking me. And when you pick me, you picking her. Because we won. We just look like two. You know what I mean? I'm her other side, and she's the flip side today, and I'll be the flip side, and
next week. Hey, Dawn.
Yeah, for real. Much love.
Nikisha said real therapy, for sure. And like I said, a lot of this stuff, some of the things that we interject, we talk about are real life issues for us, and some of them are not. Some of them we have to provoke thought, thought-provoking conversation and different scenarios to get you guys to also think and interject. All of it is learning, healing. A lot of it's fun and entertainment too. But we're going to keep it real.
Yeah. Let your woman make that money. If you tripping about her making more money than you, and she loving you, you understand, and you become jealous and all of that you need to get some more testosterone pills or something. You understand? You need to get that estrogen out of yourself, because
Shots fired.
Right now, what you doing when you jealous of your woman because she making more money than you? What you need to ask your damn self is the rent getting paid? Is the bills being paid? And then you got to realize that, man, if you got a woman that's making more money than you, God just blessed you. He didn't give you a broke hoe. He gave you a woman with some money.
Wait, he didn't give you a broke hoe?
A broke hoe.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, every once in a while, I'm from the hood. I will get hoodish on you. All I'm saying is you got a woman that's making some money, man. Stand behind her. support her.
Stand by
and then when it's time to spend that money and shit, you need a card, you call your woman and say, baby, I saw something that I want. And she gonna be like, baby, what is it? And I'm gonna tell her, baby, it's a train. And she like, I'll buy the train for you.
Joseph want to be Stedman. He said he would gladly be Oprah's Mr.
Listen,
Mom.
listen. That's a man, see? That's a king. He knows where his treasure is. You understand? Joseph, man. And listen, Eric, you my boy. You know this. And I know you ain't, you trying to just be a comedian tonight. So I ain't taking none of that shit personal. You know
Now, Donna, if you're still watching, if you saw last week's show, I gave you a huge shout out. I was drinking my Lucky Leprechaun rum punch on here last week. Donna, she's on here. She commented and said that her partner is
Maldonado.
Yes, from no, not her. No, but Donna is from Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah,
she's the one that makes the rum.
Okay?
So Donna said that her partner is supportive of her business in public, but complains about all that she does in private. So yeah, that's definitely going to be an issue, Donna. Y'all going to have to definitely talk through that and communicate, because that, as you become more, because you blowing up, girl. Your business, like you.
Tell him I said call me. He called me. Mm-hmm. We want to go meet at the lake. We can go fishing. Where's he live at?
In Maryland. They're in Maryland.
Oh, you in Maryland?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, we do Facebook Live. I mean, we can do like FaceTime or Marco Polo. I can, I'll be involved in some therapy because I know you're going to help me too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because if you feeling like that, don't get me wrong. I'll be feeling like that shit too. I'm like, damn, she got more money than me. Shit.
So wait, Nikisha says, I love that my hubby supports. She's talking about Bert. It's awesome to be
like
married.
him.
I know, right? He'd be
like
up there
him.
promoting all the Pure Romance products. She said it's awesome to be married to an electrician because we keep you lit from the basement to the bedroom.
What?
Yeah.
Electrician. Hey, that's not for no reason other than it's the truth. Well, I was an electrician when I was in the Air Force. I worked on the B-52 bombers. You know what I mean? And then I went to residential, commercial, and industrial electricity. That's another story. So I understand about keeping that electricity flowing. You know what I mean?
So we're not going to keep you guys any longer, but please do us a favor. Make sure that you like, comment, and share. And I love it. Joseph is giving Donna some business. Donna's like, listen, Joseph's like, I need some of that rum. He needs to get the beverages. Donna, I'm going to book me a flight to Maryland coming up here in the next month or so. I'm going to come to Maryland, so we're going to definitely have to hook up. Please like, comment, and share. I will put the link to our YouTube channel. I need you guys to please make sure you subscribe and then hit the little bell so that you get notifications, because we're going to be doing more and more and more with this show. And we want you guys to, you guys are our day ones. We want you to take the journey with us, right? So we need that support. And I do want to plug one final thing, okay? Now, this is outside of the flip side. You guys know that I'm a Pure Romance consultant, and I also support the Patty Brisbane Foundation. Patty Brisbane is the founder of Pure Romance.
Yes.
She donates millions of dollars towards women's sexual health, everything from cancer and infertility and just all different types of issues with women. So I am a hostess of a big gala that's coming up on October the 3rd. I would love your support with a small donation. Any donation is good enough. No donation is too small. $1 is sufficient. So I'm going to drop the link in the comments here, and if you would be so kind as to click that link and donate whatever is on your heart to do so. Like I said, no donation is too small, but just know that you'll be helping women all around the world. And I appreciate it and thank you in advance.
In addition to that, I want you to understand that we're not going to be buying any brand new Mercedes and shit with the money that you send.
Not at all. Oh, you get receipts and stuff. You get
receipts, tax write-offs, and all of that. Just to kind of elaborate on that for a second. But I wanted to reach out right now and tell, and if I forget anybody, please forgive me, because it's just because I'm old. But Eric, you're a king. Joseph, you're a king. Bert, you're a king. And any other man that's listening right now, I want you to know, get down on one knee right now.
He gonna knight you?
I'm gonna knight you.
He gonna knight you? Oh my gosh.
You ain't gotta do that. But seriously, I wanted to tell you that no matter what anybody says about you, or what anybody might think about because they see some of your mistakes, all right? I want you to know that it's not a mistake that makes you a king, all right? It's not what people hold against you that makes you a king. It's not what people say good about you that makes you a king. You're a king because that's what you were made to be by the Almighty's hand himself. And so I'm going to always stand and let you know that you're a king and you're hearing it from a king. And don't let your queen ever forget it. And until the next time.
We'll see you back again next
Here's
week.
some sugar, baby.
We'll
Love
see you
y'all.
back again next week on the flip side. Same
You know
time,
it.
same place.
Peace.
Bye.